Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Welcome to Laugh and Learn with Flame and Lauren and Nick and Tribble and Kendall. And damn sure with he, she, we. That belongs to me.
Oh, shit.
Know that.
Oh, shit.
I'm he, she, we. He cash a check, she make the money, we spend it because the man in me been pimping a woman in me for 25 plus. That's plus, not LGBTQIA plus, just my plus years. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, Lauren Hogan.
Hello. How are you?
I can't see you in the camera. Move over. I ain't musty. I took a bath yesterday.
You want me to be closer to you? Okay.
Just to be close to you. Girl. Ow. Hello, Flamettes. Welcome to Laugh and Learn. We thank you guys for joining us today. We know that we missed you all last week. We was on vacation. Everybody was out of town working.
We wasn't on vacation. We was working.
Well,
Don't tell that lie.
That was vacation, working vacation.
I'm sorry. I was working. I was in New Orleans and then Atlanta, and I was working.
I was frustrated because my designer was on some BS, but we're back today. That's what we are back today. So thank you guys for joining us today. We appreciate you guys. We hope you guys had a good, was it a holiday last week?
No.
We
was just working.
We hope y'all had a good week, but we're here today. I'm giving y'all wash face, no base, because, I'm in a space.
Ooh.
We'll talk about it later.
Yes, indeed.
What are we talking about today, Lori? Are we bringing Nick on?
Yeah, let's get Nick first. We can talk to Nick for a little bit and see how he's doing.
He's fine. He is back home in Arkansas. That's not Arkansas. That's spelled Arkansas.
Hey.
Are you in Arkansas?
I am back in Arkansas and in a state with no mask mandate.
Ciao. Ciao. Oh, Lord.
I never stopped wearing my mask. Even when they said that they had lax mandates, I never stopped wearing my mask. We were just discussing that before we came on live, Nick. Hello, Nick. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. That's our partner, Nick Smith, from Nick Smith News on all social media platforms. And we were talking about the whole mask mandate, Nick. I never dropped how I felt. I've never changed the formula of I have not taken the vaccine. I'm very, very clear about that. I'm very aware, telling everybody openly that I am opposed to me taking the vaccine. I am not opposed to anyone else doing what they want to do that works for them. But what has worked for me for 15 months is praying and spraying. Everybody in my vicinity gets sprayed with Lysol. You know that because I've sprayed you. I sprayed Kendall. I sprayed Tribble. In fact, Tribble sprayed herself today. I got her trained, y'all.
She just walking in the room spraying herself.
Well, in 15 months, we've been working together in close proximity. We've all tested negative every time for coronavirus. So whatever my formula is, it may sound eccentric. Y'all may think I'm a little crazy. It has worked for me, Lauren, Tribble, and Kendall, and my children, and anybody that come in my house. So go figure.
Mm-hmm.
I will also say this: you've also been an advocate of wearing a mask every time you travel. You have also been a fan of you wipe down your surfaces. You've always done that, though. That has always been your protocol. So yes, it is working.
Well, if people who don't wash their hands, this was a fine time to learn how to start washing your damn hands. Because I'm telling you, some people just was not good about washing their hands, and hands are one of the nastiest parts of the body because you touch everything. You touch, baby. I've been in the men's room and in the women's room. Y'all know I have those options, and I have seen people roll up out the stall after being in there 10-12 minutes because either I was in there 10-12 minutes or I was watching to see who was coming out and go straight out the stall and go straight out the bathroom. Don't stop and wash their hands or nothing. It is, so I don't know, but it's getting out of control. We definitely gonna get to the coronavirus vaccine and the coronavirus numbers. But how was your week? How was Boston?
Boston was good. Boston was fantastic. I went to school in Boston years ago, and Boston has always held a special place in my heart. I think that Boston can be a cold city, but I think that once you get to know Bostonians, they are like friends for life.
Oh, okay.
I will say when I did visit Boston, because I had a good friend of mine, she went to Boston Conservatory. The architecture in Boston is exquisite. It's beautiful. You go there and it's kind of like something you've never seen before. It's very like Victorian and colonial, and it's really beautiful, definitely. So
hey, Flamettes, I see y'all chiming in. Hello, Flamettes. You guys are so wonderful. We appreciate you all. We wouldn't have a show without you all. What we Nick?
We would not. You know, I want to start off today. I just want to remind everyone to join the conversation. We encourage everyone to jump on in if you want to sound off, to use the flames to let us know. Make sure you type in all caps. And Flame insists that you have good Wi-Fi so that you're not cutting out on us so that we can use the audio. So find a place with good Wi-Fi and go ahead and jump on in and join the conversation.
I can't insist that my Wi-Fi be doing the damn food all the
I
time.
was gonna say that's a little hypocritical,
Right.
Because we be having problems over here, but
That's
you know.
okay. That is okay. But also, I want to remind people too to also make sure that they rate and comment on the show because it helps others to find the show. So you all are definitely the formula to our success, and we thank you.
Where we going? Where we going, Nick? You take the lead.
I want to start with giving a shout out to Robert Moses. We talked about that earlier, civil rights icon who passed away over the weekend. He was a crusader for math education, and he was also part of the group. He died on Sunday, and he was part of the group that went through the South in the 60s in a very uncomfortable time, encouraging others to register to vote and is trying to get black people engaged in the political process. He passed away on Sunday at the age, I believe, of 86. And I just want to give a shout out to him and the work that he's done, because we have so many civil rights pioneers who are in the latter years of their lives, but have been part of the struggle from the beginning, and they deserve our highest accolades.
Yeah, that's the rest in peace, Robert Moses. And we don't want to disregard what they have done to help us to get to where we are, even though sometimes it seems like we are going backwards. We are definitely going forward. Rest in peace to him and all the civil rights leaders and people who has helped us through the struggle. You know where I want to go next, Nicholas, because I want to talk about this. I wanted to go to the Olympics because we've talked about how. I got to go straight there. First of all, I used to love to watch the Olympics. I have no interest in watching the Olympics this year. Absolute zero. I don't like how they did so many things. I don't like that the numbers are coming out crazy with the coronavirus. And I don't like that they are not acknowledging the talent of some of these athletes because of personal reasons, or they changing the laws and the rules day by day by day. They change it to be what they want it to be. Kind of like what they're doing with the GOP. I said it. But I don't like that.
You're right, though, because I remember you and I, we grew up in the same age where you got excited about the Olympics. We remember Nadia Comaneci and Mary Lou Retton and all of those things. It seemed so exciting then. Yeah. And I'm not sure if because we were caught up in what patriotism was at the time and we weren't as woke then as we are now about so many things that were supposed to be Americanism and tying us all in together, or if things have just changed so much that, like you said, this year it just does not seem the same. It seems off this year for some reason.
I mean, I don't feel like anything has necessarily changed. I just think, from a personal opinion, I think if we look at history, the Olympics has always been a bit racist. It has. We can go back to, the first athlete decided to hold his fist up, when he stood on the pedestal when he was accepting his medal. So I think that there's always been, subliminal or overt racism, depending on who you are. Mm-hmm. I think now, because of all of the turmoil that's really happened in 2020, specifically around George Floyd and all of the police brutality that's coming to light, I think that there's more of a light being shown on the racist tendencies of the Olympics. Even taking it down to, Flame, I sent you this article that someone like Sha'Carri Richardson was basically disqualified from participating. But then you have this other white athlete named Megan Rapinoe, who's promoting cannabis usage and saying how it's helping to enhance her athletic abilities around the Olympics. So there's a lot of, double standards happening around here. And, Flames talked about Simone Biles and how they're saying it's unfair to score her appropriately.
Let's talk about Rio and Ryan Lochte. We got robbed. And we see the video. I'm like, you're kidding me.
Yeah.
How is that not a poor representation of what sportsmanship and what America's supposed to be about? But even more than that, even if we don't want to put the label on the Olympics, let's just talk about the weight that must be on American athletes to go and represent a country that has been less than transparent in its love for you, particularly if you are a person of color. Mm-hmm. So I think that it's almost, like you said, Lawrence, almost hypocritical to not address the issues or the concerns, and then to possibly be upset if they dare to. Don't you speak up. Don't you go over there and embarrass us. You stay in your lane. You do exactly what we tell you to do.
They gave you a pre-warning. When they started changing swim cap laws and all, you already knew that it was bullshit in the game. That's why I said that I thought personally that all black and brown athletes, even that qualified and ones that support black and brown athletes, should have taken a stance and pulled out to say, if we're not all going to be treated fair, send your second best because we the first best. Send your second best. Send the B list because the B list wasn't going to do what we did. And then now you got the A-listers there and you're still not treating them with respect. They don't want to give Simone Biles her credit because she is doing something that no one else can do. That is what we do. We create spaces and become people that no one else can do. Give her acknowledgement. It's bullshit. I wish they would all leave. The hell with the Olympics.
But I think the interesting part is because I did watch the preliminaries yesterday. Like Simone is still ranked number 1. However, she wasn't perfect yesterday is what the narrative is now. So it's like you're not going to score her appropriately for her, actual gymnastic abilities and how amazing she is. And if she's not perfect, y'all are still going to talk badly about her as well. Mm-hmm. So, and this even goes back to, Naomi Osaka and why she pulled out, of, I'm forgetting, what's the name of it?
Tennis.
Well, I know
Australian Open.
Thank you, the Australian Open, because it's like there's so much criticism around, these young black women that they need to, take a moment to really address their mental health, because if I'm not perfect, you got a problem with it. But if I am perfect and I have all of these amazing abilities, you're not going to give me my due credit. So it's like, so what do you do?
You pull a Naomi Osaka, because I think she's the smartest person. Whoever have asked her, I think they have asked her correctly. I do. She might miss out on a couple of dollars. It ain't going to stop her talent. And they might come around and respect her. Sometimes you have to command it. Mm-hmm. You have to command. I say that all the time. I'm not going to demand your respect. You will treat me the way I treat myself, or I will freestyle on your ass.
And I think this goes back to our question that we had kind of posed to each other when we said we'd talk about it this week. Are the Olympics this year? The numbers, did NBC, is this a bust? How many of our Flamettes are actually watching the Olympics this year, and are they as excited about them as they have been maybe in years past?
You know what, back in years past, what I used to love about the Olympics? Remember they used to say the joy of victory and the agony of defeat, and the guy would fly off the skis and flip over about 5,000 times. He broke legs, arms, backbones, all that. Oh my God, I used to live to watch that.
Absolutely. I remember just Carl Lewis and then later Michael Johnson, and I just remember track and field. All of that was just always so exciting, and it just seemed as though it was just a different time and era. Again, Lauren, I go back to, I think that there may have been like a willful or woeful ignorance and unwokeness, because again, I think that I think that many of us have been conditioned in many ways to love and support and appreciate a country that has not always shown the same level of love and compassion back.
That has never shown. Let's clarify. Never shown it. Never. Never shown it.
Which should segue into our next topic, which is about the whole thing about them wanting to draft women for the military.
Right. So that actually falls under the National Defense Authorization Act. What's happening is there's a push to once again reinstate the draft, period. There are many women who feel as though they are no less than men, that they are as smart, as capable, that they deserve equal protections, and that also means that, hey, if there is a draft, we want to be included in that too, that you don't get to marginalize us when it's convenient. Now that women now serve in every branch of the military, and many of whom also serve in combat roles and have done 2 and 3 tours of Iraq, many believe that they are as capable as men and should also be included when and if a national draft is reinstituted. I have said personally to you all, I do believe in conscription, that everyone in some capacity should serve the country, if not the military, a Peace Corps, hospice, something where you give back and realize that life and community is about all of us and it's a shared experience. That's just my personal belief. I am totally in favor of free college, but I do believe that everything comes at a price. And I believe that free college is something we should do for young people who choose to go to college or a trade or something, if they have also taken the time to do the 2 years like we do in Germany and Israel, where we actually just give back to the country. And again, everyone doesn't have to do the military. Military was the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. I love this country. I love what the military did for me. I am very aware that's not everyone.
You sound like you're running for office, boo. You sound like you're running for office.
You know what, Flame? But going back to something Lauren said, I feel so, you and I have talked about this, Flame, I feel so incredibly blessed at times. I get frustrated like everybody else, but I feel as though because I grew up in a space where I was allowed to grow, to learn, to know that anything was possible, I feel honored in that, right? And I want others to have that same experience. And I believe that somehow, sometimes being removed from a space that is so familiar where everyone looks like you can sometimes help to broaden your horizons.
Let me say this for the record publicly. I will never allow any of my children, my offspring, to join this United States military in any capacity. I will never have my children fight for a country that we are fighting against already. In the words of Malcolm X, why would I go and fight the Viet Cong who ain't did nothing to me when I'm right here in my own country? I can't even be free. Rest in peace, Muhammad Ali, because you were the greatest, dear, for real. Because hear me when I tell you, if I can't drive down the street with my windows down and my music playing because you see my black skin and it's a problem for you, why the hell am I going to go to Afghanistan or Russia or anywhere else that has a war to fight for some people, and then I'm going to come back here and be treated like a second-class citizen? And this is not just for black people. We have veterans here in California that are homeless, all nationalities, all races, that they are doing absolutely nothing for. So it's an absolute no for me and mine. I hear you, Nicholas. I'm glad it worked out for you. But for the ones that I see out here on the street, say I'm an ex-vet, wear their dog tags and walking around here homeless, looking scraggly, fuck the military. Did I say that publicly?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay.
But my question is, I think that it's, great that they want to open up this draft to both men and women. But what's going on with the pay is my question. Are we going to start paying men and women equally that are participating in the military? Is that going to happen? That's my question.
Well, you're paid by rank, so it's definitely not gender-based. I think the military is the one area where I can comfortably say, Lauren, that it really is not about gender, that you come in as an enlisted member, if you're enlisted, unless you come in as an officer. But all E1s are paid the same, regardless of anatomy, regardless of gender identification. An E1 is paid an E1 salary and up the scale. So
Can I ask a question? Can I ask you a question, Nicholas, seriously? So if I join the military and I'm trans, can I get 2 checks, one for him and one for her? I'm just asking for a friend. I need a combo. Didn't they kick the trans out the military and then see, that's what I'm talking about.
Trump put a ban, yeah.
Trump put a ban, but that was lifted immediately with the Biden administration.
Y'all just keep on rolling with the Trump, because y'all see they knocking him down. They trying to get to him. They going through all the bowling pins. Who they get yesterday? What's his name?
Barack.
They getting close. And that's not Obama. Don't get it twisted. That is not Obama. Obama ain't got nothing to do with that shit. He loves to blame Obama for everything. Nigga, you can't blame Obama for this one. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Barbara, they're coming to get you, Barbara.
That and Hillary. I'm surprised they have not found a way to blame Hillary. So the question remains also for the Flamettes when they chime in later. Do you believe women should be included? If they reinstitute the draft, do you believe that women should be included and also be required to sign their name and register for a potential draft? That's the question for the Flamettes.
Ooh.
We shall see.
We shall see.
I'm not running. I don't want to be in the military. I don't want the check. I don't want to be. I don't want a few good men. I don't want to get on my knees and serve my country. None of it.
Not just the military. What do you think about like Peace Corps, something where you give back, community service? Anything? Should people?
I've done community service. I owe some tickets, and I've done community service. So my time has been served. I had some tickets that I couldn't pay back before they ready, and I did community service for 40 hours. So I have done my time. Thank you.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Well, listen. I love the fact that they saying, opening it up for everybody. But what kind of war are we gonna have? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go and fight a war where it's not going to do anything fair for the country that we live in. I need the people that we live in, the people who are willing to go and sign up and fight for this country, to be treated fairly. And until then,
I don't think. And this is me. I have no, of course, idea. But I don't believe the next combat we have will be one that is boots on the ground. I just think that the world has kind of moved past that. I expect it to be cyber or some type of chemical warfare or something where we use drones. I don't see us
already doing that. Guess what it's called? Coronavirus. Ain't nobody ate no damn bat. Ain't nobody ate no bat. Even the Yangs don't eat bats. Now, they may eat a little Fido or a little Tabby, but they ain't ate no damn bats. This was some shit that they created, and I said it. I'm saying it publicly. Baby, I said it. I ain't going to even finish it because y'all know they'll be mad at me. You know I don't care, though.
we have it on the list that we were going to talk about Dr. Dre and Nicole Young.
Wow. Yeah, that's right. So just to let everybody know what Lauren is talking about there, we're talking about Dr. Dre has been ordered to pay ex Nicole Young more than $3.5 million per year in spousal support. As we know, the couple have been on the outs, and at times their divorce and the acrimony over that had become rather public, but it looks like it has been settled. So, yeah, it looks like $300,000 a month in spousal support. But, you know, supposedly the rapper also sees a win. According to The Blast, the music mogul and his ex-wife are both happy about this settlement. He is the $300,000 a month, but $300,000 a month, but he doesn't have to give up any publishing rights. And this is only until the children are all of legal age or she remarries.
Let me tell you something. In response to Nicole, she was an attorney before. Smart girl. Secondly, from the woman aspect, good pussy speak for itself. Don't let anybody tell you different that it don't, baby. 300. How much she getting? 300,000 a month.
3.5 million a year.
But 300,000 a month.
Yeah.
Come on, Nicole. I'm
happy for her. Shoot, 25 years. That's a long investment. I know, and I hate to say this, but I'm just being honest. You know, people talk about love and marriage. When you get married, that's a business contract, okay? And when you get divorced, you're finalizing, you know, you're getting your affairs in order around your business. So I'm happy for her. You know, that was a large investment, and, you know, she came on the scene in the midst of Miss Chalet and everything else Dr. Dre had going on, and she invested 25 years, gave him 2 kids. She said, I'm ready to leave now, and she's getting $3.5 million a year. So peace and blessings to her. Good for her.
I know. Lauren, you know what? You just kind of touched on something I want to ask you about. Flame, I kind of discussed this earlier, but I just want to throw this out there because an actress I absolutely love got married over the weekend. And I was like, oh, Flame, she got married. And she was like, Nick, that's a good thing. And I'm like, Flame, I think that's going to kill her creativity, though. She's like, you think so? I said, yeah, something about marriage throws people off their game that they won't be the same anymore. And I'm talking about one of my favorites, Issa Rae.
Issa?
And what did I say to you about her getting married?
You said that you said that love makes a woman even stronger.
Yeah.
Especially when you got a strong backbone. That whole phrase about behind every good man is a great man is a good woman.
Yeah.
Behind every good woman is a strong man. If that man is believing in her and in her corner, he will open her mind and her abilities to places that she never knew, because love is phenomenal. I just don't fuck with it. But love is phenomenal. I don't fuck with that lady. That lady don't play fair. I don't like. Let me tell you something. Love can't be nothing but a woman. I don't fuck with her because she two-faced. She stabbing you in the back. I don't fuck with love. I'm not afraid of a new love, but I'm afraid of the old hurt. Congratulations to Issa. First of all, let's talk about how fucking beautiful she looked in that gown and the
Vera Wang. Yes.
And her smile is incredible. Let's start right there. That chocolate skin diva right there, baby. But that, and the man is handsome. I bet you the Mirror was pleased on the night of the marriage, because you know the Mirror was watching. You know they did it in the Mirror. You know Mirror have a say so. You know that mirror on the wall. When ugly people do it and in the front of the mirror just cracked. But when pretty people do it in front of the mirror, be like, yes. Now when funny looking people do it, the mirror just turn around backwards like, I can't look at this shit.
No, but on a serious note, I have to disagree, Nick. I think Issa Rae is too much of a businesswoman to enter into anything that's not going to, grow or make her career even more fruitful at the end of the day. And if that man was not supporting her the way that he was supposed to, I do not see her marrying him in any way, shape, or form. But I have to agree with Flame that when you get married, yes, I talk about it being a business agreement, but the love should still be there. You know what I mean? There should be the emotional support, the trust, all of those different components. Business is just always at the forefront of my brain. So like I said, whoever I marry, it's still going to be a business agreement. Gotta love you and everything too. That comes second. But in all, I think that Issa Rae wouldn't have married that man if he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do in that relationship. So
Miss Marsha, you trained this one well, sister. This one know what to do, baby. You married. I like you enough that I'm gonna have your kids, but you gonna take care of my grandkids, and I ain't gonna have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Smart move on the ladies. But I teach that to my daughters. Good God.
Yep.
One of them heard me that. Okay, what?
Let's stay in the world of entertainment, because one of the things that also came up before you bring in the Flamettes, because I definitely want to hear them sound off about this, Prince and new music. So it looks like new music will be dropping this September from Prince. And I had said earlier to Flame, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I feel like Prince was one of those artists who, if he wanted his music out there, he would have put it out there. I think that doing it posthumously isn't the same as the artist himself dropping the music. But I'm open to hear what people have to say.
Okay, well, we're going to bring y'all in on that. Nick, thank you. We're going to bring in some Flamettes. I ain't got nothing to say about the whole Prince music thing, because let me tell you something. When I'm dead, they're going to still show my videos. Thank God I ain't got no illicit ones, but some people do got some illicit ones of me. But y'all wait till I'm dead to show them. Y'all be about 200. All right, Nick, thank you, love. Let's get us a Flamette in here. Flamettes, weigh in. Tell us what you think about what we have started off this conversation with thus far. I started off with coffee time this morning. Bring my baby Bobby in.
Yes, indeed. Hi, Bobby.
Hey, at first I want to say, for us unfriendly, cold Bostonians, I didn't hear from you, Nick.
Oh, that's right, Nick. You were right there. And you were right there with Bobby Clifford. You never called Bobby.
Shady. Uh-oh.
Just down the Cape even. Just a hop, skip, and a jump down the Cape.
How are you, Miss Clifford?
I'm okay, sweetie. How are you? I'm just busting your chops, Nick. I'm only joking.
I
hope you had a great time. I wish your weather was better here. We had really cruddy weather.
Have you been watching the Olympics, Bobby?
No, I'm not watching. I'm out.
Oh.
I'm sort of out. I'm not interested in the Olympics this time. Is that awful?
No, that's not. Because let me tell you something. I was excited about the Olympics. I'm like you. They made me not want to watch it. All the controversy around it made me uninterested. Hello, handsome Jesse.
Hello.
We saw you naked with your body hanging out.
A wonderful. I just finished mowing the lawn.
In old school, he mowed the lawn old school. That was
it's a real mower. But back to the subjects. You guys have brought us some great subjects. Women in the military. I like the idea of, if there's a draft, not just drafting people into the Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, and now Space Force, but also possibly having it go to the Peace Corps.
That's where it was created.
Yeah. Like this is just giving back the service, and then if you do that, you can get free state college or whatever, and it doesn't have to be fighting, right?
Well, it wasn't Joe
Biden.
Biden. Wasn't one of
that's how the Peace Corps was set up.
Yeah, but wasn't one of Joe Biden's things that he wanted to give free military for state college? You ain't have to go to the military. Wasn't that one of his things that he wanted to do?
He wanted to cancel student debt.
He's still pushing it.
Yeah, he wanted to cancel
He
student
wanted
debt.
to do both of those things.
Yeah, and he wants to. It was also Barack Obama. They get community college free for everybody the first time. And he's really set on trying to get it done again. I don't know if he'll be able to, with the partisanship that we're all seeing.
Right,
but,
and that in and of itself is a totally different subject that we should talk about one of these days. Yeah. Because the whole idea of free college, like the fact that they're saying that it's impossible, and it's not. It doesn't have. Colleges have gone up in price. Anyway, back to what you said. The military, I think it's a good idea that if you're going to have the draft, do it like Israel does it. Everyone gets drafted.
Well, here's my question. So you start drafting all these people to the military, and some of these people are homophobic, but you draft trans women and trans men too. How you gonna treat me? So if I'm drafted into the military and you homophobic and I'm put in a place with you, I can't feel like you're gonna protect me or you're gonna save my life because you don't like my lifestyle.
Right.
Fuck that. No, I'm not.
I mean, even if we want to take it to what's happening currently too, is that there's a serious rape culture problem in the military that is currently finally starting to be addressed, where I don't know all of the specifics, but I saw a news report where it's saying that now outside, like counsel and those sort of things can come into play when these allegations come up, because before the military stance was we're going to handle all of these allegations internally and no outside counsel can come in and participate. Now they're changing those laws so that way these women who are, have these accusations or saying like, I was assaulted or sexually assaulted, they can actually get fair trials and, a fair shot at actually, addressing said accusers.
They raped the men too. Come on, honey, climb through my window and take my panties off. Woo!
Oh, Lord.
The surprise is something else, baby.
Valid, though. Valid. Like, I think that it's too often what we're doing here is not what's happening. Everything's so partisan that you're not having these discussions to where I'm thinking, okay, yeah, so if you're going to start the draft, let's keep it open for everyone. Not even thinking, well, wait a minute. There's the whole rape culture in the military. Why aren't we addressing that first of all?
Yeah, I agree with Jesse. I'm saying they'd have to fix that. So the hope is that they figure it out and fix it. I mean, that would have to be number one, right? You can't have women coming in and trans women coming in if they haven't fixed the rape problem.
Bobby, I'm even just listening, I'm changing my mind. Like, if saying they have to fix it is the beginning of the process. Like, that's going to be, they have to fix it is going to take years.
Yeah. So when are they talking about doing the draft though? Within the next 4 years? When would that
They
be?
could have started on January the 6th in D.C. We already had a war right here in this country at the Capitol. Shit. We ain't got to go nowhere else. We ain't got to go nowhere else and fight. They started right at January the 6th. Oh, I'm sorry. They said that it was tourists.
Well, the good thing is there's a committee that's actually been assembled for that.
Thank you,
hopefully,
Nancy Pelosi.
We'll see something come out of that as well.
Y'all know that's my bitch right there. Y'all can say what y'all know. I fucking adore Nancy Pelosi. If she was on here right now, I'd get naked for you. Come get it. I love Nancy Pelosi, ladies and gentlemen. I love that she ain't. You know what I love about Nancy? Nancy is
brave of Liz Cheney.
She's unafraid. She gonna say what she got to say, and she gonna get the job done. And even when all these big wig men try to come at her, Miss Nancy don't play with y'all.
Bobby, what did you just say about Liz Cheney?
I said it's brave of her, like that she's on the group. I think any of the poor Republicans, I'm just saying poor for the first time. I mean, I think they're going to be excommunicated after being on this committee.
I don't feel bad about Liz Cheney.
Liz Cheney would pull the overplay for the underplay.
No.
I think publicly she tried to make it look like she was on our side, and privately she was running a scam.
Well, you could look at her voting record. It was like 90% of the time she voted in favor of what Trump wanted to do. So it just, I guess they took it a little too far, and she was like, "Wait a minute, I'm not, a Trump Republican. I'm a Republican like my daddy was." So I think they just took it a little too far for her. Well, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for letting us be on.
Jesse said it was lovely.
I love Jesse's accent.
Jesse is from London, from the UK.
It's a mix of Texas and UK.
Yeah. Love it.
They say everything is bigger in Texas, Jesse. Show us the Texas part. I don't want to see the UK part.
Now listen, this ain't Love Lounge.
Oh, that's so.
This ain't Love Lounge.
Lauren, if you graduate, because you're in the age, would you go to fight for the military?
No.
No?
No.
What would you use to say you got out of? Would you say you had bone spurs?
Can they can't do that anymore, right? If you don't want to go, they can't force you.
Oh, I don't. Girl, this country do what the hell they want to do. You see what they doing at the Olympics? Now they got the black. They don't want to wear the black women to wear swim caps because of their braids. Let me tell y'all something. You got to pay attention to what is going on. It was always some BS.
Can they do that? They can't force you to go overseas, right?
I ain't going. You can't force me to go to the grocery store. Shit, I doubt.
Triple, do you know?
Yeah, I think if there was a draft call, yes, you would have to.
Oh, hell no.
But what if you have a medical condition?
Yeah, you have to qualify when you're drafted.
We worked for Trump. How many times did Trump have a bone spur in his foot? 9 times? That the scary ass nigga ain't go fight. Coward ass. I got a bone spur. No, nigga, you got a golf club.
Yeah, no, shoot. I'll be like, I have asthma, so I can't breathe in a lot of spaces. Hi, Pam.
Hey.
Hi, beautiful Pam.
How y'all doing? Hey, baby. How are you?
I'm good.
So how do you feel about these topics? Let us know some of your feedback.
Well, the military thing, I think we should do like Israel. Everyone gets drafted, but we have problems that have to be addressed for real and put in place with the commission of studying what the rape culture will be for men and women joining the military, and fix that shit. Because, you know, it's all been undercover so far, you know, with all these people getting killed and the women getting raped and then cover-ups. You can't ask for a draft and then keep the same thing, you know? I
got bone spurs. I can't go.
You can't go. No, they hurt too much. What you say? The what's your thing you got? The meat, the what? Can't, all three of them things can't hurt.
The he, she, we. You mean the head, the feet, and the meat? Yes, the head, the feet, and the meat can't hurt.
Yeah, the head, the feet, and the meat.
It's three things that cannot hurt when I'm on stage. That is the head, the feet, and the meat.
No, that ain't going. That can't happen.
And Arby's, honey, we have the meats.
We have the meats.
Thank you, Pam. How's everything?
It's going good. We're staying, trying to stay safe, trying to stay keep from getting ill.
What's happening in Jersey? What's happening in Jersey with y'all mask mandate?
Well, it's, you know, is relaxed a little bit, but a lot of the shops and the stores, they still require people wear a mask when they shop. But, you know, you got the hard-headed people still. That's why we in the predicament we in now. Now they trying to blame it on all the unvaccinated people. Let's roll that narrative. It's the unvaccinated people's fault now, instead of just let's keep protocols that have been working, i.e. mask wearing, hand washing, and the 6 feet apart. We still have here a lot of places where they require 6 feet apart, and that's major. And, you know, people in Jersey, for the most part, are like, excuse me, back it up.
That's like your New Jersey and New York. That's in general.
Oh
y'all
my God.
Y'all gotta have your space. Let me tell you, don't roll up on nobody from New York or New Jersey. You will get clocked. Okay.
No, because we're already very densely populated, and there's a thing in place where it's like, especially with COVID now, you know, saying the 6 feet apart. Hey, you got to do it. You know, people just want to be hard headed. Imagine in place how much further we would be if everyone had been more cooperative with just mask wearing. Where would we be right now?
Imagine where we would be.
Such a problem.
Imagine where we would be if we would have been forewarned, like from the top at the time that they knew what was coming, because they didn't tell us until it was here and had hit us bad.
Yeah, it was here in August of 2019. They should have been putting the alarm out 2019, the end of August or at least September. But you know what? That would have interrupted Christmas and Thanksgiving and things like that, right?
Bad leadership. First of all, let's go out. Let's revisit Christmas. I don't know where y'all think that Santa Claus is for real. Ain't no fat ass white man in no desert in no red velvet suit. Cause if the nigga was dead. Jesus was born in a manger. It was warm. It might have been a little scrawl, a little camels, a couple of mules, even a little poop. But it damn sure was no fat white man in a red velvet suit. That's some bullshit, first of all. And I didn't realize the beauty of Christmas until I moved to California. Cause on Christmas Day in California, they ride bikes and walk around in beach shoes. In Chicago, you can't even go outside because the hawk is waiting for you. So all that fat white man in the red velvet suit is some full-on bullshit. I said it.
I gotta be honest with you. My mom, yes, and I know she's on this live too. She ruined Christmas for me when I was 5 years old. She told me the Santa Claus was not real. She said, I buy all these presents, me and your father. She opened up the trunk of the car. She said, this is where the presents come from. So me still being in like preschool, I went back to preschool and I was like, your parents are lying to y'all. Santa is not real. And I got in trouble. I got a phone call home. The people were pissed, and my mom was like, I don't understand why my child is in trouble for telling the truth. So, yeah, that's how I found out Santa Claus wasn't real. I just thought I should share that.
Santa Claus is whoever bring that check home.
Exactly.
Shit. I'm Santa, Mrs. Claus, that's a couple of the elves, all that. I'm all of them. Thank you, my Pammy Pam.
That's right, all of them. Thank you, my darling.
So
I love you both.
Love you too. Let's talk about this variant.
I knew you was going there.
I
was waiting for it.
I have to talk about the variant.
All right.
The Delta variant. So we got the Delta variant now, but they're predicting which one they say is coming.
Oh wait, my mom said I was 3. Sorry.
Which one they say was coming after the Delta variant?
There's the Delta variant, there's the Lambda variant, and then I think there's a Gamma variant. There's like 3 of them.
See, I thought they would have went from Delta to Southwest to all of those different variants.
Well, the crazy thing is they're ruining the Greek alphabet for folks. They're adding some negative connotation.
I tell you what, if they're going by the airlines, Delta variant, United variant, American Airlines variant, if you get the Spirit variant, the Spirit variant will make you a spirit. Just understand that. Spirit will make you a spirit.
So how are you feeling about these variants, though? Seriously,
I ain't gonna be able to do it. And let me tell you something. I believe the science. I have never discredited the science. I have never trusted the scientists and the way they made it political. I've had vaccines. When I was a kid, I've had vaccines. I just don't trust the way every day it's a different story. So it makes me leery. And like Nicholas said earlier, I wasn't woke and I took the vaccines because I had to in order to go to school because my parents told me I had to. It was going to do. But now that I'm grown and I know and I'm watching this in real time, and a bunch of my friends who have been double vaccinated are in the hospital sick right now on ventilators. I had a girlfriend who has been in the hospital for more than a month, 3 weeks on a ventilator, and she was double vaccinated with the Pfizer or Moderna. She had one of them, and she still got sick, and she got gravely ill sick.
Well, I think a couple of things. One, because you brought up previous vaccinations versus what we have with this with COVID.
What is it called?
Operation Warp Speed. It's a couple of things. I think one, that previous vaccinations that we've gotten, like polio and HPV, we can go down the list, chickenpox, whatever. They were in, we can call it development for a longer period of time. It took years for them to figure out what this, vaccine was. When COVID first came about, and like you said, Trump said Operation Warp Speed, he had us thinking that this vaccine was developed in 6 months. And then later on, scientists said, no, we've actually been developing this for 12 years because of mRNA. The difference, however, still is that this COVID vaccine is not actually a vaccine because I've done my research. It's a protein that we're being injected with. And I think that's also, too, why people feel like they're being misled because scientists technically are not giving full disclosure around it. However, with all that being said, I still did get my vaccine because I've been traveling. Like I just went to New Orleans last week, and I'll be very honest, I didn't wear my mask like I was supposed to and came back. I got a COVID test 2 days ago and I'm negative, but I also know people that have gotten, the COVID vaccine and they currently have COVID right now. So it's kind of just like we're in a place of, I don't know. And then we got these variants going on. And so it's just, it's adding more chaos, I think, to the situation. But I would say that I think that the orange Oompa Loompa really kind of started all this. So that's how I feel. I
agree, Lauren. I think that so much misinformation had been placed out there that it caused people to doubt the messenger. And I felt like it became politicized. I will also say this. I think that because we're still in that emergency use authorization phase, that has caused dis-ease and discomfort amongst a lot of people, right? I think that once it goes into full FDA approval, I think that some minds may change with that. But right now, because it's still in that emergency use authorization, however, I do believe a pandemic is an emergency. I think that has given some people pause. I want to say something else that you mentioned too, that there are people who are fully vaccinated. Bobby was on early. Bobby Clifford was on earlier, and I messaged her while I was in Boston or in Massachusetts. I was actually on the Cape, and we were just talking about how one particular area of the Cape had an outbreak. And this was amongst people who had been vaccinated. So you're absolutely right. It is possible to be fully vaccinated with either Moderna, Pfizer, or Johnson & Johnson and still contract COVID.
First of all, let me go to that Johnson & Johnson. I wasn't going to bring it up, but since you said the damn name, let me... First of all, y'all knew they couldn't get baby powder right. Now, so, it's one shot. I'm going to be safe. Yeah, no. And I'm not beating up on Johnson & Johnson, but...
But Flame,
who
we grew
up baby powder. The question is, who messes up baby powder?
But you know what, Flame? You know what happens is, well, you know what I'm talking about. But we grew up with larger black women who would.
I didn't. You did. I didn't. Wasn't nobody in my family fat.
Okay.
We was all down.
I did.
Oh, Lord.
Let me tell you how I knew women in my. I should have said, excuse me. There are women in my family who were larger, and they would use baby powder on the breast area and places not like babies, like you would on a baby, right? So they would use it as almost like I won't say hygiene, but would use it to like
prevent you from sweating. Big people didn't just do that, Nick. Shoot, I did that too. You just didn't want to sweat in certain places, so you put some powder here in between your legs, in your armpits, under your boobs,
and the cracks and the crevices, like Thomas's English muffins. You gotta get all the nooks and crannies, baby.
It helped to keep you dry, and you smell good too, so it worked. You know, you got to stay dry, and hygiene. You smell good. Yeah, it did a dual purpose.
And I think the challenge was that's not what it was supposed to be used for, and I think that's why that talc became an issue from repeated use, because it wasn't supposed to be used for that purpose.
What was it supposed to be used for? You had me put it on my baby bottom. A baby's bottom is more precious than a grown-up's bottom because it's more vulnerable. Honestly, I use baby powder on my children.
But babies never developed. That's why they can't figure it out. Why did women develop the cancer, but babies did not? And that's the challenge. And the only correlation is women were using it differently than babies were.
I have 2 daughters. I use it on the same areas that women use theirs on. It just happened to be a smaller one, a little girl one. But I use, and hopefully my children, we didn't know. I didn't know. I don't know. Right. I'm telling you, I'm just the variants, and that's why I tell people come on here vaccine shame and to think that I'm vaccine shame. I'm not. I have encouraged you all from day one to use your own mind. You don't have to go to critical race theory with me because I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel. You do what works for you, and I'm going to do what works for me. We may not agree on the outcome or whatever, but I'm never going to tell you, Nicholas, don't go get the vaccine. I told you to wait. I told Lauren the same thing, but I know Lauren. I know Lauren's situation with her mom, so I understood, and her traveling with her other job. Just like I knew you had to do it, and you were pro-military, so you did it because you wanted to go visit with your mom. I get that. Even if I want to go visit my mom, I ain't taking no vaccination. I spray her ass with some Lysol, she'll spray me back. Shit. But I've never came on to vaccine shame anyone. You have to do what works for you. The difference is a lot of people are doing it because they are under peer pressure. See, they think peer pressure is only for teens. Everybody's saying, you need to get it, you need to get it, you need to get it. You need to do what works for you. And my formula has worked for me for 15 months. And if I got to go 15 more months, good, I'm going to stack up on Lysol.
Well, I think that the flip side to that, too, is that you also have these Republicans and TV news anchors like the Sean Hannitys and those sort of folks that are creating all of this, doubt around the vaccine. But these are the same individuals that have been vaccinated. And, I'm glad to see that some people are taking legal action against them now. But those types of folks, too, are only adding into the confusion around what's going on. Because I wholeheartedly agree with Flame. Like, this is your choice. You have to figure out what is best for you. But those people that are just, trying to throw negative energy into what, people are trying to figure out, that's so disingenuous and just unnecessary. Go do something better else with your time. Seriously. So, but anyway, and those are the same people that have been vaccinated.
And the latest breaking news with vaccinations, New York City and California will require workers to be vaccinated or tested. The mandate extends to municipal employees in New York City, including police officers and teachers, and state and healthcare workers in California.
Yeah, we knew that was coming. I mean, California, especially LA County, our positivity rate is crazy. I literally got the stats yesterday that our positivity rate as of Sunday was like 5.2%. And back in June, it was only 0.4%. And we've gotten like over 3,000 new cases per day. We've gotten, over 600 people being hospitalized. So it's a lot going on over here. It's a little crazy.
I just got an alert that DeSantis is pushing now for Florida to be vaccinated, for people, for Floridians to get vaccinated. Wait a minute.
So funny,
wait a minute. But wasn't this is the same governor? Hold on, because I'm going to back it up a little taste. Nicholas, you verify me if I'm wrong. In my best Tasha K voice. Bitch, I got receipts. Ain't he the same one who told them not to get vaccinated and they don't have to wear masks? They didn't have to social distance because it was going to go away because he was so 100% on Trump. I'm asking for real because y'all fell for the okie doke and Florida's numbers are outrageous right now. And they still having massive concerts and woo woo woo, no masks, no social distancing. Florida, y'all play too much.
Florida's just a special state.
Same thing with our governor. Governor Hutchinson has been touring the state pushing vaccination, but we're the same state that does not have a mask mandate or a mask requirement. So you cannot require me to wear a mask in the state of Arkansas.
In fact, Nicholas, didn't you tell me that Arkansas shames you for wearing a mask?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
In my best rapper voice, I wish a nigga would. I wish somebody would tell me to take my mask off.
So yeah, it was just and you know what do you say? You just keep on going, keep on pushing. You know. So,
let me put a word out to Florida, because I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Florida, Andrew Gillum only got caught with his pants down. His politics were fantastic. At least y'all now know who he is. The city of Tampa already knew who he was. Let me tell you something, baby. Y'all need to rethink who y'all put in position of power in Florida, because that man blatantly and openly does not care about the citizens of Florida, the ones that are just regular people. If you're not part of that 1% Trumplican rich, it's looking like he don't give a damn. And Florida only offer $150 million for 97 dead families. If you don't...
Well, I think the other thing, too, we can always look at is that DeSantis is coming up upon an election. Florida's about to have an election, and there's some past beloved governors that are now coming out to say that they're going to possibly run against him. So I think that it's very convenient that now all of a sudden he's changing this narrative. Oh, we should vaccinate people, and I care about, the Commonwealth and all these different things. So saying that to say, I hope Floridians aren't naive or easily manipulated in this instance, and then they vote appropriately.
I gotta look at you from the side.
I'm being nice. I'm the yin to the yang of the Florida debate. Okay, I'm giving the nice side or the optimistic side.
And if anybody on here is confused to who Ron DeSantis is, if you have children and you watch SpongeBob SquarePants, just look at Patrick the Starfish. Same person, just got on orange shorts.
He's getting his own show.
Who?
Patrick Star.
He should.
I just saw that.
You know what? You guys, you touched on that. I do think it's worth mentioning. They just found the 98th body, body, or the remains of the 98th person that they were missing in the condo collapse. And again, we're talking about Southland, Florida. What they have not been able to account for, I heard one reporter ask, and I thought it was a very good question. They accounted for those who live in the building. But what happens if I were visiting Flame and I'm not registered there and I happen to be there?
Oh, yeah, I never thought about that.
I would still sue.
I just thought that was interesting.
I would still sue.
Huh?
I would still sue. Absolutely. I don't care if my friend or family was visiting. You still kill them. You're still liable.
Absolutely. I wasn't even there so much as are you looking for me? You get what I'm saying? Because you didn't know that I was at Flames. Are you even looking for Nick there? You're like, well, we found Flame who lives in the house. We had no reason to believe that Flame would have a visitor.
Right. What if I was having a male or a gentleman or a gentlewoman call and y'all didn't know nothing about it? What about first of all, let me tell you something. That building was built with a lot of Jewish people. The Jewish people do not play about money. Let me put the camera on for me for this.
Oh Lord.
Jewish people play no games about money. Understand me that they are going to break Florida when this is done, because Jewish people plays no games about money. So all that golfing that nigga was doing at Mar-a-Lago, yeah, nigga, you better hurry up and get your golf game in, because it's about to be over. Because Jews do not play about money at all.
Well, only other thing I want to make sure we mention, because I do think it's important, the space race. I think it's pretty cool that we had two people live out their childhood dreams that many young people have about going into space, both Jeff Bezos and Sir Richard Branson. And Jeff Bezos, I just want to give a special shout out, because when he landed as an American, he landed and he thanked everyone who has been supporting Amazon over the years, because you all made it possible. And he thanked everyone who shops at Amazon. And it's one of those things where, I've had this conversation with friends. I have friends, Flame, who will sit there and shop on Amazon before they go to the corner store. So they have been part of this journey, and it's an avenue that will eventually open up, space travel commercially. So I just thought that was pretty cool.
I say this to Jeff Bezos. I wanted to hear my name mentioned personally because during the pandemic, I was a Amazon ordering queen, baby.
You still are.
Woo! I love Amazon, and I love that his hustle because what he has done. I don't know what Richard Branson's motive was, but Jeff Bezos is going to capitalize off of this.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are going to want to go to space for 5 minutes for $1 million. Make your money, Jeff Bezos. He gave up that $60 billion to their ex-wife. He said, he got to recoup.
That was chump change. That didn't hurt him.
And then when he came down, he gave the grants to both Jose Andres and Van Jones. $100 million each. That was pretty cool.
Oh,
Did you have to mention?
Did you have
he
to
gave
mention
$100 million to Van Jones? That was cool. Okay. Anyway, though,
let me ask a question. I wonder how much of that Kim Kardashian gonna get. Oh.
That's how rumors get started now.
Ain't no rumor. They was supposed to be kicking the bobo. She went from, I may not know karate, but I know crazy. She went backwards. She went from crazy to karate because, baby, she was married to crazy. But now she got karate, baby.
She was just in Atlanta supporting her soon-to-be ex-husband with all of the kids. So, but speaking of space, though, I'm segueing to talk about Space Jam, i.e. LeBron James.
My baby LeBron.
Because we do want to congratulate LeBron. He's the first athlete to officially reach, to earn, I should say, $1 billion. So congratulations to LeBron. I think he does amazing work.
For his sport, not his endorsements.
No, it's everything together. That includes the endorsements and everything else. Yeah. So he has officially earned $1 billion. I'm very, very happy for him. He has a beautiful school in Akron, Ohio. He has he's actually started housing for some of those kids that that are coming to the school. So he's doing a lot of philanthropic things.
Yeah, and he feeds families. He provides positions for single mothers. He makes sure those kids eat, even the parents eat. LeBron James is a great give backer. Is that a word? He's a give backer. So I love LeBron James. I don't care what they think about him. Yep. I don't care what they think about him on a professional level as far as his game and none of that. I don't even watch that much of his game. I just like to watch him walk them bow legs across the field. But I love what he does for people and what he does for his community because he never forgot where he came from and the situation that his life was before he became this LeBron James.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When LeBron played for Cleveland and Miami and other teams, because y'all know I'm an avid Lakers fan, I did not like him. And then he came to LA, and then, I kind of jumped on his bandwagon and saw the things that he's doing. So I'm a newly found LeBron James fan since he's been a Laker.
Because I almost came from around this table. She said, "Oh, girl, you almost got slapped."
No, but the reason was I used to really feel like, he would kind of whine and complain in games get up off the floor. It's not that big of a deal. But then watching him play so much for the Lakers, I would realize that, he was this big, broad, burly man. And we talk about other athletes like the Simone Biles and, Naomi Osaka, but, he doesn't necessarily get treated the same way either on the court. He doesn't get some of the calls that he's supposed to get. They don't play fairly when it comes to him because they're like, oh, he's so big. We can't, So I am a newly found LeBron James fan over the past, 3 years that he's been a part of the Lakers.
And they let John McEnroe throw a temper tantrum every goddamn week on TV. So guess what?
True.
Go to hell.
True. So, yes, congrats to LeBron James for sure.
Nick, what you think about LeBron? Because I love don't
I
slap
think
you through the
it's
phone.
awesome, and I think one of the things that but I told you I'm a fan of his show, The Shop. I think it's just fantastic what he does on there, and I just like the format and all of that. But LeBron is the first while still actively playing, and I think that's one of the caveats people see. So, Flame, before we
Nick,
go, because the last time we were all together, your birthday.
There you go.
Your birthday had not come. Since then, you've had a birthday, and you and I were also talking about J-Lo. Both of you seem to be shining in the month of July. So before we go, I want to make sure that you and I talked about J-Lo and how good we thought she looked. And you and I also talked about how we have a very special event coming up that we want to draw people to who may be in Chicago Labor Day weekend.
Okay, let's start with J-Lo first. J-Lo got back with her old man, Ben Affleck, because A-Rod's rod must not have been holding up to capacity, because I can't see no other reason that she left to go back to Ben. But I tell you something right now. A-Rod, you might need A-Rod, because J-Lo went and got her a Ben. Happy birthday, J-Lo. I love J-Lo. Miss J-Lo is a hustler, baby. Yes, if you have not ordered your tickets for September the 6th, which will be in Chicago for the White Party with Splash, you need to come. We're going to videotape it. It's going to be a big deal. It's called The List. Eventbrite.com to get your tickets. This weekend I'll be in San Diego at the Laugh Factory. 4 shows sold out. We got 5, so y'all going to get your tickets on Eventbrite. Then we are all together in September the 9th to the 12th in D.C. for D.C. Comedy Loft, and we're going to be having the live taping, so we hope we won't be having all these damn video issues for Laugh and Learn. And September the 25th, I'll be at the Level Up Bar and Grill in Philly. And September the 30th, iHeart, the Black Effect Network, is having a 1-year anniversary, and I will be co-hosting it alongside Just Hilarious and 85 South. DC Young Fly, don't be stealing on me either, because I know you had beat up that other guy.
Flame, are you ready for 85 South? You know that's a rather
That's
wild
not the
crowd.
question to ask. That is not the question. Is 85 South ready for mother, brother, other? That's what you need to be asking, because he, she, we coming with both guns a-blazing. Well, thank you guys for joining us today for Laugh and Learn. You can follow all of us on social media. Nick, where can we find you at?
You can find me at Nick Smith News on all social media platforms.
Oh, the internet is giving me the blues today, y'all. You can find Nick Smith at Nick Smith News on all social media platforms. That's one word, Nick Smith News. Lori, where can we find you at? Lori.
I am Lauren Armani H on Instagram, and I am just Lauren Hogan on YouTube.
And she's also my manager. You can contact her at bookings at gmail if you want to get in touch with me, because I ain't doing nothing for free.
And if the check is right, Flame will be there.
Hey, and if the check ain't right and the advertisement is lackluster, we won't be there.
Very true.
Look at my face.
Oh.
You can follow me on Instagram at Monroe Flame, on Facebook at Marcus Flame Monroe Parker, and on YouTube at Flame Monroe. Please subscribe to all our YouTube channels, because that's where you will get the video components. Thank you guys for joining us. We are all over the place. Everybody is working. We appreciate you guys for chiming in. We know that the internet was a little glitchy today, but we are here because you are here. At Laugh and Learn, Nick, I want to ask you the question, but you're buffering. Lauren gonna have to do it today.
We're not trying to get you to change your mind.
Learn, we are not trying to get anybody to change their minds. We are simply trying to get you all to use your minds. Because why?
If you have to have one, because you got to make your own goddamn decision. Because I mean, Flame said, because I ain't told you to do nothing. Because I want you to do what you want to do. And yes, we will be doing Love Lounge tonight between 6:30 and 7 right here on Instagram. I will see you all on Friday for Karen Hunter's show, and I'll see y'all tonight for Laugh and Learn. For Love Lounge. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, producer Ken Tribble and our cameraman Kendall. Thank you guys.
Laugh and Learn is a production of the Black Effect Network and iHeartRadio. Our executive producer is Tiffany Haddish. The show is produced by Tribble. Our theme music is by Chrissy Payne.